For Erik Morales and Carlos Hernandez, their clash for supremacy in the super featherweight division is a fight lover's dream matchup.
I think for Erik Morales, what's at stake is his name in boxing, establishing that not only can he take the punch, but that he can deliver and that he can land the power punch in 130 pounds. And that's what's at stake for Erik Morales, becoming the dominant fighter in his weight class as he has done in featherweight and in super bantamweight. This will cement Carlos Hernandez's place in boxing. If he can determine by his actions in the ring that he is superior to Erik Morales, then he comes into the upper echelon of boxing. He comes into the elite of boxing. He's going to command bigger paydays.
After all of his success and accolades, Morales still feels he has something to prove.
It's important
to beat fighters who are winning and doing good things in the ring. And I think Carlos is a good champion from another organization. And to face him and win his title is something that would be good for me.
For Hernandez, this is an opportunity he cannot squander.
It means a dream come true, a dream ready to come true. When I started boxing, that was my goal. It was not just to become champion, but to become the ultimate world champion, the unified champion.
But more than just 2 world titles will be on the line when these 2 champions enter the ring. Both men will not only be fighting for themselves, but for the millions of their countrymen.
You're not just going to have 2 boxes where people say, well, I like Morales or I like Hernandez. You know, there's going to be flags flying and everything that makes a fight bigger than just a boxing match.
It's going to be, I think, a big, great fight for the fans. He comes from a culture that does not back down. And my culture is the same way.
Coming up, how Erik Morales plans to tame the raging bull in Carlos Hernandez. And still ahead, how Hernandez says he will control Morales. When Morales-Hernandez unification continues.
All right, the time has come for the main event. Erik El Terrible Morales facing Carlos Famoso Hernandez for the unified 130-pound championship. The winner not only walks away with 2 title belts, a victory opens the door for big paydays in a talent-rich division. All right, we said it early on. Famoso Hernandez waited 10 years for the chance to become a world champion. He has, and now he has the opportunity to fight against one of the true legends at this weight class, Erik El Terrible Morales. Erik has not been, has not been too kind in his words about the opposition tonight, saying that Carlos has the heart, but not the skills to survive tonight. Is he being a little too overconfident?
I don't think he should, Mario. I mean, he's a natural 130-pounder. We saw what Jesus Chavez did when he fought Erik Morales. He had him hurt early in the fight. I think he laid out the blueprint for Hernandez, which is to apply constant pressure. That's what Hernandez needs to do. Go after him, set him up with his jab, give him awkward head movement, and fight every round of this fight like it's the last round of his career.
Now, Hernandez has been much more emotional about the preview to this fight during the press conferences, during every time he's had a chance to talk to the media. He's been talking about honor, he's been talking about dignity, he's been talking about country. On the other hand, Erik has said, you know what? No, this is just about 2 fighters doing their best. It's about me earning a big payday, and it's not about Mexico versus El Salvador. Why is Hernandez insisting on this rivalry between 2 nations?
Well, you know, he's got a lot of pride and a lot of honor for his country. He is the first Salvadorian champion that Salvador has ever had. So, hey, whatever he does to pump himself up, if that's what it's going to take for him to come victorious tonight, why not?
Also tonight, we're going to have 2 completely different styles. Morales is a man that knows how to box, knows how to fight. Hernandez is a man that I think only has 1 speed, which is forward. There's no reverse, according to Erik Morales. This has the makings of a fight of the year.
Well, it should be a great fight, like you said. Hernandez is like the Energizing Bunny. You wind him, and then he doesn't stop. He just keeps going. But Morales, like he told us yesterday, sooner or later, you know, he's going to measure him with his jab, see what he's got, and sooner or later, he's going to sit down on his punches and see who the real man is inside the ring. So that should make it for a real war.
All right, well, here's one of the warriors, Carlos Hernandez, in the locker room with Amilcar Brusa, the legendary trainer who has had, among others, Carlos Monzon, the world champion from Argentina. All right, Michael Buffer is standing by. We're going to hear national anthems. Here's the presentation. Michael, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. In just a few moments, two great world champions will face each other in unification. At this time, we would like everyone to please rise for the national anthems of these two great champions. First of all, here to sing the national anthem of El Salvador, Señor Pepe Santos.
Saludemos la patria orgullosos de hijos suyos podernos llamar y juremos la vida animosos con insagrado su bien consagrar. Saludemos la patria orgullosos de hijos suyos podernos llamar y juremos la vida animosos sin descanso a su bien consagrar. Consagrar, 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 consagrar.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Mexico, to be performed here this evening at the MGM Grand by Rocky Torres.
Sí, sí, sí.
A ver a qué hora se arrancan los músicos.
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero apresta y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Ciño patria, tus sienes de oliva, de la paz del arcángel divino, que en el cielo tu eterno destino por el dedo de Dios escribió. Mas se osare un extraño enemigo profanar con sus plantas tu suelo. Pienso, patria querida, que el cielo un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero apresta y el bridón, y retiemblen sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. ¡Viva México! ¡Y arriba el terrible!
All right, let's go to the tail of the tape. Main event of the evening. Erik El Terrible Morales versus the famous one, Carlos Hernandez. Hernandez, 33 years old. Morales, 2-inch height advantage. He's got an almost 7-inch reach advantage. They both weighed in exactly at 130 pounds.
And the unified rules for the Morales-Hernandez fight. No 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight. We go to the scorecards after 4 rounds in case of an accidental headbutt. And no fighter cannot be saved by any belt in any round.
All right, well, here is Erik Morales as we wait for Hernandez to enter the ring first. They're both title holders, therefore they will switch responsibilities or privileges, as you might want to call it.
Egos.
Hernandez will walk in first, but Morales will be announced first. The champion usually comes in second and is announced also in that fashion. All right, well, we were talking about the magnitude of this fight. Unification is the only justification. It has a style, it has the ingredients to become an instant classic. Hernandez says he admires Erik's heart, determination, and courage. Morales says if there's someone who always gives the fans their money's worth, it is me. Erik indicating also how big this fight is expected to be by saying that on September 18th, as you've seen a couple of times tonight, well, it'll be a huge fight between De La Hoya and Hopkins, but style-wise, this is going to be better, according to its promoter. Here is Carlos Hernandez. Born in Los Angeles, originally from El Salvador, his family still living there. The president of that country was present when Hernandez became a title holder for the first time. Since then, presidencies have changed. Not the support that that country has given this man, and he is doing the same, donating money to all kinds of charity causes, raising funds. There's a young little girl out there, 12 years old, who suffers from a liver disease. He's trying to raise over $200,000 to get her that operation. And he says, my people will be with me in the arena. Our hearts will beat as one. There will be no crime in the streets of El Salvador tonight. Everyone will be watching the fight. That's how big this is.
It's very big for Carlos Famous Hernandez. Really taking into consideration his country, big pride, very emotional. Carlos Famous Hernandez, and has the support of his wife,
who happens to be Mexican.
Yeah, who happens to be Mexican.
There's
Monterrey, Mexico. Yeah.
Hernandez expecting 5 to 6 buses transporting his fans from Los Angeles, but they're going to be drowned out tonight by the cheering and chanting of those who have come here tonight to support their champion, Erik Morales, from Tijuana, Mexico. But tonight, he represents the entire country. He says, usually I have to fight against fellow countrymen. Tonight, I fight against El Salvador. So instead of splitting up my nation tonight, it'll be like a soccer match at the Azteca Stadium in Mexico City, where the Aztecs will be fighting the Salvadorians, and boy, is there a rivalry there. Erik Morales, a true entrepreneur like Oscar De La Hoya, like Roy Jones, expanding his business empire. He's a music promoter, represents and manages boxers. He's a full package. All right, here's the official introduction. Let's take it back up to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, the city of entertainment, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Corona Extra, is proud to present 12 rounds of boxing, unification, champion versus champion, for the Super Featherweight Championship of the World. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman John Bailey, Executive Director Mark Ratner. The 3 judges at ringside. Scoring this contest on the 10-point system will be Steve Epstein, Jerry Roth, and Nabuake Uratani. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Vic Draculich. And now, ladies and gentlemen, y ahora, damas y caballeros, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black, his official weight, 130 pounds. His professional record, 46 victories, including 34 knockouts, with only 1 defeat. Damas y caballeros de la Zona Norte, Tijuana, Mexico, the 3-time world champion, reigning, defending, WBC Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Erik El Terrible Morales. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue with black and white, and also officially weighing in at 130 pounds. His professional record stands at 40 victories, including 24 knockouts, with only 3 defeats and 1 bout even. Damas y caballeros de San Salvador, El Salvador, the reigning, defending IBF Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Carlos Famoso Hernandez.
All right, gentlemen, this is for both the WBC and the IBF Super Featherweight titles. You've received instructions in the dressing room. Again, I want to caution you. Any punch below this point is going to be called low. Any punch below this point is going to be called low. With that said, I want you to obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up now. Good luck to both of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time for the main event. Barrera versus Morales versus Hernandez. Barring the unexpected, these pugilists are not going to box for 12 rounds. They're not going to try any fancy stuff. These warriors are not going to hold. All they're going to do is punch, especially Hernandez.
Yes, a lot of intensity in Hernandez's face. Oh, he's going to come after him. He's going to waste no time, Mario.
When we asked Amilcar Brusa what is the game plan, he said, it's logic. We're going to go out there, out-hustle, attack, and put the pressure on El Terrible.
Yeah, Hernandez needs to constantly outwork El Terrible without getting hit. Just take no rounds off. Fight, fight, fight.
And it might come down to who wants it the most. It often does. Hernandez has been waiting a long time, while Morales has been sleeping in those silk pajamas for over 7 years now. Does he still have it in him? Has he been affected at all by those wars that he had against Barrera? So far, the answer has been no. Using his smarts and his experience at this point to try to keep Famoso away.
Yeah, right away we see Morales using his uppercuts. Very key punch. Of course, you see famous Hernandez coming in. He's going to try to catch him coming in with the uppercut.
And just like Marquez, Morales trained in Toluca. However, he went to the famous Otomi Center where Julio Cesar Chavez and Mago Gonzalez and all the rest of the great Mexican fighters have made it a point to train there, high altitude. Famoso, on the other hand, also going to the mountains in Southern California at Big Bear. Hernandez wasting no time, trying to reduce that distance, trying to get right up close. And there is Erik counter-punching, and there's a left hook over the top, hitting the top of the head by Famoso, trying to put Erik against the ropes. That he does, and Famoso almost goes flying through the ropes right in front of us. This is what Famoso wanted. He says, I want to turn this fight into a street brawl. Up close. Nothing too flashy. Just a lot of hurt. 10 seconds left in this first round. And there's Erik throwing a left and right combo. As they now retreat to the corner, Erik Morales with a last second punch that drops at Famoso Hernandez. Of course, it's not going to count. Got to move laterally a little bit more.
Atrasa lo más que pueda la izquierda para que le elimine la derecha, todo lo que trae nada
And
más
the left so that you can eliminate his right as much as possible.
El upper ya te está bajando la mano para taparte el upper. En el momento que quieras, pero tienes que ser más constante ahorita. No puedes ir temprano. No aguanta, registra mucho el golpe.
He's not going to last.
La barbita te la trae al aire y todo está de frente.
Okay, he's putting the chin right
Regarra
in
un
front
poquito
of you.
más ya tu mano derecha.
Very end, this is how it ends. You hear the bell, and there's that.
Well, he was
maybe that late right hand.
Yeah, he was out of balance too, rushing in.
Well, Morales said, I'm going to box as much as possible, but there's going to come a time when I'm going to be willing to meet him there, to trade punches, because I need to prove who is the tougher fighter, who's the real man in the ring.
I think he already proved it in that first round.
Oh, yeah,
he looks
especially
stronger.
the way he ended
looks the guy, he has the more power in his punches. Definitely got.
And he's got the reach advantage right there when they were both trying to exchange that jab. And there it is. Slamming it right into Hernandez's face. Then he goes with the punches with that upper trajectory. Punishing the body, then the head. And look at this. Morales saying, you can't touch me.
Well, he's really putting a lot of punishment now.
Lack of
Hernandez
respect.
Putting his hands down, doing the same thing Morales was doing.
Well, Carlos trying to prove that he's just as tough, just as durable. And let's see who's the man that ends up standing. Few people think this will go the distance. And by the way they're punishing each other in the first 3.5, 4.5 minutes of action, that might be the direction this fight is going in.
I don't know, Mario. A smart fighter doesn't put his hands down like that.
Are you talking about Erik, or are you talking about Carlos?
Both of them. If they were smart, they wouldn't want to take a risk like that.
These are some dumb, good boxers up there. Nice right by Morales. Famoso inching his way, pushing against the ropes. There's a counter, a left that slams Hernandez's head. That jab is working wonders for Erik Morales.
Yeah, Morales needs to create some room in there because Hernandez is going to try to smother.
You mean like that?
When they're in the inside, he needs to try to create some room by giving them angles.
All right, no room. How about the uppercut?
That's the kind of room he needs to create.
But Hernandez comes in always with his head down, and the way to bring him back up is exactly how you saw uppercuts. Punishing the body. He may not have much in the terms or in the department of skills, but he's got a heart. And here is Erik trying to pummel Hernandez, who's a very willing opponent, and that's the way the second round ends. Explosive action.
Listen to me. You work hard here.
Did you feel anything?
You work smart here. You hear me? Listen, you got to keep working off that jab, son. You get some Vaseline on his face here.
It's just right now.
I know. Listen to me. You have to keep working that jab. You hear me? When you're closing the gap, Carlos, when you're closing the gap, you got to touch this man. Yeah. Touch this man. Keep your punches short. Yeah. Okay? Don't play into his game, Carlos. Okay. Keep your...
You will see Carlos Famous Hernandez missing there, but Morales counter-punching, catching him with them uppercuts coming in.
And the hands going down, like you said.
Yeah. Good body shots there by Morales.
My goodness.
Another good round for Morales. But we see the heart.
Well, talk about finding the opportunity or waiting for that moment when things open up. He's done that so far. Hernandez, according to Morales, has way too many defects. Would you agree with that?
Well, up until now, I mean, he is getting caught with them uppercuts coming in. Morales is just being very patient and countering off of that, creating room in the inside, giving him angles. But as you see, Hernandez keeps coming.
And keeps throwing punches, not slowing down yet. He's right on top of him. He could fight this fight inside of a small Volkswagen Bug. And there's the fight that Hernandez wants. Inside action. Toe-to-toe,
up until
head-to-head.
Up until now, Morales' punches really haven't hurt Hernandez because he keeps coming. He hasn't really earned the respect. But I believe as the rounds go, and if he keeps getting that kind of punishment, we're going to see Hernandez die down.
He's just waiting. Headhunting at this point, waiting for the openings as we saw in the replays of the previous round, like right there. When the guard drops, he'll slip in the punch. And look at, he's getting those power punches ready. 3-4 punch combo by Hernandez.
That's what he needs to do, Mario. Short, sharp punches, very short punches and bunches.
Trying to impose his will. Trying to break down Morales.
Right now, Hernandez needs to just keep on top of him, Mario. He can't let him think.
Nice left hook by Famoso. As we approach the end of the round, Famoso trying to steal it. Throwing some heavy punches. And that's the way round number 3 comes to an end.
Deep breath. Good. Okay.
Cubrir,
Okay.
por favor.
Listen to me. Cover yourself.
Hacer cintura y cubrir.
Move your waist and cover
Bueno,
yourself.
trabaje usted, jefe.
You gotta work.
Está bien lo que está haciendo, pero cubrir.
You're doing fine, but you gotta cover up. You gotta protect yourself. Move your head up and down.
Inside. Keep the hands up. Move your head.
Carlos, when you're throwing your combinations, it's good. You got to work off your jab, and you got to throw combinations, son. Carlos, when you're inside, you can't stand.
Is he doing that though?
Here's Morales. Good shots, good accurate shots there by Morales. But Hernandez showing the heart of a champion. Coming back there with 2 good shots. He's making this fight a war. Maybe not doing enough to win, but he's got to just keep on him. He can't afford to let Morales rest. He's got to tire him.
Morales coming in as a 4-1 favorite. Hernandez not believing that, but you've got Morales ahead up now by 3 rounds.
Yeah, Morales won every round in my scorecard.
Hernandez has faced other tough champions as well. He fought against Genaro Hernandez. He fought against Floyd Mayweather Jr. And there's Vic Draculich. And Hernandez is getting visibly upset as there appears to be now a cut on Erik's face. Dr. Margaret Goodman goes in there to make sure everything is okay. What's Famoso's beef?
I think he was mad that he was complaining because Erik Morales was complaining about his head, but hey, he's got to do what he's got to do to try to win this fight. He's got to work himself inside, and that's what he's doing. That's his game plan. But you got to give him a lot of awkward head movement and come in, and sometimes you're going to bang heads in there. I mean, when you got a tall guy like Morales, then a shorter guy like Famous Hernandez, and the way Hernandez is coming in, sooner or later they're going to butt heads.
Yeah, and it could be legitimate. You see the blood flowing now, trickling down from Morales' left eyebrow.
And Morales needs to use his reach advantage, you know, use the jab, keep him at bay, create room like he's doing right there. Always give him some kind of angles where he's turning him, but at the same time he's punching up and catching him with good shots.
And now it's getting messier.
He needs to get out of there. If he doesn't want to get headbutted, Morales needs to get out of that position. And when he backs up straight, he drops his left hand, and that's when Famous Hernandez is able to catch him with the overhand right.
And there he is, trying to take advantage of Morales just lying there, resting on the ropes.
I think Hernandez Morales is doing too much complaining in this round. Forget about complaining. Let the referee take care of the fight, and let him do the fighting.
And maybe he heard the complaints that were expressed by the Hernandez team. They didn't want Vic Draculich. They weren't pleased when they heard that he was going to be in charge of this fight. They said that when Hernandez fought against Aron Zárate, he didn't let him fight his game inside. So it was voiced. No changes, of course. But, well, maybe they're trying to make that point. Let us fight. Don't let Morales get into your head.
That's Hernandez's fight. As you see, this is a much better round for him, perhaps because El Terrible was basically complaining all the round.
He's got to out-hustle Morales, and I think he did that in this round, Erik.
Yes, he did.
Te está tirando codazos. Te está tirando
He's throwing elbows.
And
he's using the head, so you know that you can hit him at will.
Él es muy torpe para caminar.
He's too awkward when he's trying to come in.
No te le quedes en contra, eres muy cochino con la cabeza. Te dije que eso iba a pasar.
Very, very dirty. I told you about that. He's using his head.
Claréalo desde afuera.
So try to counter from the outside.
Para que le tires todo lo que quieras. Perfílate nada más y suéltame los derechazos al
please give him angles and throw that right.
Okay.
I think Hernandez has been called a tough, aggressive fighter, but never dirty.
That's just his style of fighting. I mean, he comes in like that.
Comes in with his head first.
And this last round, his defense was a lot better. He was doing a lot of head movement, keeping his hands up. And he's right back on him.
There's that constant pressure.
Yes. And that's frustrating to a fighter. Believe me, when a guy comes at you, it's very frustrating. Especially when you're a tall fighter, you fight a shorter fighter. I never used to like to fight a fighter that was shorter than me. It's just very awkward, especially when he's coming with you with that kind of pressure that Famous has tonight.
And Morales knew this could happen. He says when you fight against someone like him who is kind of awkward and aggressive, he can make a very easy fighter. He can make it very difficult. And that's what's happening tonight. Every time he wants to obtain that distance that makes him feel comfortable, he has him right in front of him.
I believe so. I think...
all right, there it is. Nice left.
Good combinations and needs to move. Just get out of there. You don't want to stay in the inside with Hernandez. It's too early in the fight. Tire him out. Let him get tired. Punish him. Throw combinations from different angles. Good shots, body shots, wear him down. And then maybe in the later rounds, then you stand toe-to-toe with him and try to see where he's at. If he's not in good condition, then he'll be able to put more hurt on him.
Nice uppercut. As he was backing up. He knows that he can punch on the way back. Hernandez, on the other hand, has one direction, and every chance he's going to get to put the hurt on Terrible, he's going to do that. Draculich saying, hey, when I say break, no more punching there. Side of the body. Morales is not moving. I think he was looking in the direction of Draculich again, saying, hey, what is this? Hopkins has said it over and over again. Everything is valid inside the ring as long as the ref doesn't catch
You're
it.
right. You're right. He's absolutely right.
There's that quick right, trying to keep him at bay, trying to maintain his distance, and there's Hernandez with that look in his eye saying, I'm coming right at you. No way you can stop me.
Still, the pressure is not the same like the other round. He's getting hit too much. He's opening up too much, and Morales is being able to catch him and counter with his big shots.
And that makes it 5.
Carlos, listen, quit wading in. You're starting off good, and then you're getting in the wading in trying to throw one shot at a time. Stop that. Carlos, stop that. Listen to me. You have to keep your combinations going. You cannot walk in with nothing, son. Let your hands go.
Escúchame, está trabajando bien, pero tiene que tener un poquito más de precaución con la cintura. Mueve más la cintura, mueve más la cabeza. Cuando está lejos, mueve más la cabeza. Y cuando te rimes, cuando él está contra los ojos, hace cintura.
Rhythmic fashion.
Lo que está haciendo.
Who gets the best of
There's a mistake that
right now.
Hernandez is making, getting caught there with them Morales uppercuts. Here we see another one. Solid uppercut there. Catching him coming in. That could be dangerous, Mario, in the later rounds.
All right, this is the 6th chapter of a fight scheduled for 12 rounds. Unification of the super welterweight title at 130 pounds. Morales ahead, Raul.
Yes, I got Morales ahead, 49-46. Back on his toes, using his reach. Let the referee break you up in the inside and go back to your jab. Keep him at bay. Because Hernandez is like a fly. Can't get him off of you.
And he should be more like a locomotive, like a bulldozer, but he's got, as his corner said, he's got to attack. He can't just come in throwing single punches.
Well, that and his punches are not really hard. No, they're not hurting Morales. If they had some kind of hurt power in them, maybe it'll be different, but not enough to give Morales his respect. You see Morales being more patient now.
And also very difficult to keep that kind of rhythm, that kind of pace throughout the entire fight. So maybe he's going to have to catch a, you know, second air here.
It's time for the second win now. Morales not wasting any punches, Mario. Every shot, he makes it count.
Typically a very effective fighter.
And famous, he's just basically throwing, you know, whatever he lands is good for him, but not wasting a lot of energy when he misses with the punches.
It's not about accuracy, it's just about landing something. Quite the opposite with Erik.
A little spin there by Erik. That's what he needs to do.
Two left hooks that hit the side of the arm and the glove of Morales.
A lot of movement with Hernandez. It gives him a lot of problem. You see when Morales moves, that's when he can't find him. Gives him a lot of problems.
Things slowing down a little bit. The crowd trying to get into this fight. Chanting Mexico, Mexico, and boy, what a tremendous uppercut. It just snapped Hernandez's head.
It's going to be tough to knock down Hernandez because he's a tough guy. He's in great condition. Takes a good punch.
Never been knocked out.
And never been knocked
losses
down.
have been by unanimous decisions.
Yes.
Mayweather, Hernandez, and also against our own Zarate. He's got the endurance, that's for sure.
Su plan es terminar la pelea, pero con faules, te va a minar con los golpes en el riñón.
Be careful because he's setting you up with those fouls and trying to hit you in the kidneys.
Ya, por favor, haz lo tuyo, lo sea. Baja más, camina. Baja más tu cabeza. Hazlo caminar. Hazlo, pásalo nada más. Él nada más embiste. Él lo que busca son cabezazos, codazos, golpes prohibidos. No tiene ninguna capacidad boxística.
Take a look at the uppercut, Raúl.
There it is. That uppercut has been finding his mark. Every time he shoots that uppercut, there's a counter. Bam. Very accurate.
Waiting for that opening.
Yes. Hernandez coming in with an overhand right. And Morales countering. I tell you, when you get caught with them kind of solid shots at this stage of the fight, I mean, that takes a lot out of you. It's discouraging.
Right. We're now in the second half of this fight, scheduled for 12. How do you have it so far, Raúl?
59-55 for Erik El Terrible Morales. Fighting very smart now.
Oh! Hernandez goes on the offensive. Maybe this is his second win, but Morales says, oh, I got plenty of juice myself. Let's go at it. Now it's Hernandez who's against the ropes.
He's
got him as a stationary target.
Really trying to punish him in this round. Like I said, Famous is tough. He's a tough guy.
Morales only the second Mexican fighter to win titles in 3 weight classes. Julio Cesar Chavez was the other one. This is his 3rd weight division title. Former super bantamweight, former featherweight, and now ruling at 130 pounds. Who else is out there for him, Raúl?
There's other fighters at 130. I mean, he's trying to unify this title. You got the other champion.
We got Anchondo, who you've seen on HBO Latino several times.
Yeah, who just won that title. And then a step up at 135, you got Julio Diaz, Juan Diaz, Jose Luis Castillo at the 135-pound division.
And of course, he's got the option of fighting Manny Pacquiao, but that would have to be at 130. And there's a looping right punch that manages to catch Erik. And he decides to get out of trouble.
But as you see, every time you move up in weight, I mean, this is a guy that's been moving up from 118. He gets harder and harder, and you can tell his punches are not the same. His power is not the same.
Not as
He's
effective.
connecting with hard shots, but not doing enough. I mean, you haven't seen Hernandez hurt up until now. It's already the 7th round, and he really hasn't been hurt.
Yeah, Morales went the distance with Jesus Chavez. That's when he won the title. The eliminator against Guti Espadas was a little shorter, but the effect of your punches is not going to be as effective as you decide to move up the ladder.
That's why he's got to use his intelligence, his boxing skills. And in the last couple of rounds, that's what he's been doing. Even though he might have taken off in this round, I think this is a better round for Famous.
And Famoso tries to do some damage at the very end.
Really like it. Okay. Do a deep breath. Muy bien. Viene el octavo round, ¿no? Octavo este. El octavo round te veo bien de aire.
Okay, you got a jab, but also slip the right in there. Left, and then the right to the chest or the body.
No lo cargues, no te vayas a las cuerdas.
Don't go against the ropes.
Ese ojo ya lo tiene muy hinchado.
Eso está perfecto porque no deja que te pegue más en la cabeza.
And bring the head down once again. Is the order from the corner. As always, accompanied by his father, Jose Morales, Miguel Diaz also in Erik's corner. Erik doesn't like that.
No.
But hey, Draculich was on the other side, 68-65 road.
Yep, 68-65. I gave it that last round to Famous Hernandez. It was really
just based on energy,
energy and
intensity.
He was the aggressor in that fight. I mean, in this round, the last round. I mean, this guy's in good shape. As soon as the bell rang, he's right back on top of Morales. Must be really frustrating for Morales. Because Morales already hit him with his best shots. I mean, he actually tried to get him out of there a couple of times, and it didn't work for him. But at the same time, I don't think Famous has the power to hurt Morales, because I haven't seen Morales get hurt up until now.
Morales has been in this type of situation many times.
Good stiff jab by Morales. Makes it a lot more difficult for Famous to come in. Keeps a stiff jab on him. A right hand lead.
And there's that jab. Also,
he's really working that jab this
nice little hook with the left.
The sneaky uppercut again. Sneaky left uppercut by Morales.
And he's trying to make him realize every time you come in, I'm going to be waiting for you. Trying to get out of there. Some good inside punching. They said avoid the ropes. That's exactly what he does. Now he's on his toes as much as possible. Erik boxing, outboxing Famoso.
Straight body shot there. Confuse him. Changing up his right hand lead to the head, to the body.
And then setting everything up real nicely with that left jab, Raul. And there goes that head again.
Work there by.
And there's where Hernandez wants him. And he manages to throw a couple of lefts up to Morales' head. Here's a counter punching. Good series of nice blows by Erik and an excellent end to this 8th round.
Está recibiendo golpes que no debe de recibir.
Te estás quedando en las cuerdas. Los pinches jueces hasta eso lo van a calificar. Hasta los cabezazos le van a calificar a los cabrones.
You got to be careful with the judges because even the headbutts are going to count in this fight. Get away from the ropes every time you can. Get away from those ropes.
Perfílate bien, estás flotando, tú también te estás quedando frente.
Give them some angles and then execute your game plan from there.
Apóyate bien para que tires un derechazo. Apóyate bien tu derecha, perfilándote bien.
Come on. Shift your body and slam him with the right.
Dame la cara, dame la cara. Go.
All right, well, I guess they're assuming that Erik is the visiting team tonight. He's fought many times here in Las Vegas. I guess they figure Carlos lives a little closer to Vegas. Oh. And Hernandez goes back.
He was a little bit off balance.
Yeah. Left and right, solid shots to the head. Putting a lot more into his punches. Maybe Erik sensing something. Wanting to put an end to the fight. We're into the 9th round now. Maximum distance of 12 rounds. Catching the body there with the right is Hernandez. Trying to slip those punches, and he gets clobbered by a left hook.
Morales is setting him up for that uppercut. He hasn't thrown no uppercuts, only wide shots. Uppercut should be coming soon.
Left and right. Well, Hernandez still bringing up his hands quite well, trying to minimize the effect. Not there. 2 short little lefts that got straight through. That's the uppercut you were talking about. Missed another one.
But he keeps coming. Hernandez keeps coming. Both fighters are in excellent condition. The type of fight they've been fighting. Also had good training camp.
And Erik's about to lose that patch that he has on the back of his pants. And those punches are really beating him up. Unstitching Erik Morales. Trying to hold him in place with his left, rabbit punching, holding him, hitting the side of the body, the back of the head. Erik, patiently, intelligently waiting.
See, every time he gives him that little movement, Famous can't find him.
Neutral corner. So what we got here?
Lace, the tape on the glove.
A little tape. Erik Morales is taking advantage of this. He goes to the neutral corner and sucking it up back there.
Go around a couple times. There you go. Good. Good job.
Well, no one said it was going to be easy.
No.
He comes right back. Back inside. Morales going to the outside. His power punches, using his distance.
Throwing everything.
Left and right, slamming Hernandez back to his corner.
Now listen to me. You got caught with a right hand because you took a break. You cannot take a break when you're in close. Okay? All right. Take a deep breath.
No, he hasn't really, hit me hard.
Okay. Move mucho la cabeza.
Move your head.
Cuando lo está trabajando ahí acá, así un paso atrás para volver.
Work him fine inside, but take a step
Tírate volado
backwards
de
now and
derecha, de
then.
arriba para abajo, con todo y levante noca. Perfílate, viene, viene un salto volado. Él no espera ahorita el volado, viene el golpe que no espera. Exactamente.
Take a look at that quick left.
There's that uppercut again. It was a little bit out of balance. I was looking at, there's the uppercut again. I was looking at famous Hernandez, his face. I mean, he looks unmarked. He's not a guy that marks very easy. While look at Morales, it looks like he's the one that's been receiving more punishment. Look at his face. But of course, you can't win a fight by judging
just by the
fighters.
Look of
Yeah,
your
right.
face at the end of 12 rounds. At this point, he's just trying to pick Hernandez apart. Going to the body there. Now he's got to move the head, following instructions there. He's got to move backwards, moving his waist, moving the head.
I think El Terrible is finding out that this is a much tougher fight than what he expected. I mean, the way he was talking yesterday, I think he expected a much easier fight, but he's, I'm sure he's going to give famous Hernandez a lot of respect after this fight.
Yeah, he didn't think much of him.
The way he was talking, he was saying
no skills.
Right.
He's just an aggressive fighter. No real game plan.
He's already gone 10 rounds with him, so obviously there's some kind of skills there for famous Hernandez. He's not champion for anything, you know. He must have became a champion.
There's a reason behind every success story. And the way he was referring to this fight at times, Morales interpreted that as Hernandez just being happy to be here tonight, being comfortable with a decision, and he said he should worry more about winning. You kind of get that sense that he'd be satisfied with just ending this fight in a 12-round decision.
You've seen every round here with famous Hernandez. He's really trying to win here. It's just that Morales is just a much better fighter, better skills. Yeah, overall, he's just better than Hernandez.
He's more gifted, athletically speaking.
Yes. Look at him go. He's still going.
And Hernandez just throwing some wild punches in there.
What a warrior.
Hernandez not as measured, not as patient as Erik as he gets out of the corner, slipping that punch, connecting with the left. Erik Morales proving why he is one of the top of his division, finishing the round up strong. Now we go into the championship rounds.
Ahora es suyo, ahora apúrelo. Cuando estés pegando acá, hace un paso para atrás y volver, que lo van a agarrar bien.
Yeah, when you're punching, take a step back and then attack again.
Este run 11, tenemos que ganar este y el otro.
Okay, this round 11 now. You have to win as well as the last one.
And work behind you, double check.
Morales again, punishing famous Hernandez. Oh, that was a good 1-2 there. Staggered Hernandez, but he keeps coming.
All right, Morales making the sign of the cross. This is championship territory right here. Hernandez said, I had two goals in mind, two dreams. One was to become a title holder. The other was to unify a weight class. So far, he's accomplished one of those dreams. Doesn't look likely that he'll accomplish the second one, Raul.
You can't accomplish everything in life, especially in boxing. But he did accomplish to be Salvador's first world champion.
Proud though, what he's done.
And I mean, just by seeing this performance with one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, I think famous Hernandez is still going to be able to do some damage in this weight class, or maybe move up in class and fight some of the other champions.
You think he's got enough juice though, enough power at 135?
No, because I don't even see him have power in this weight class. He doesn't have any problems making this weight. Maybe when Morales moves up, he can stay there and fight for a vacant title.
Now we see blood in Erik's right eye. Is that a cut? What is that? See if we can get a closer look. Hard to see anything when they're locked up like that.
Hold my hand up there.
Yeah, there's blood now, trickling down. And here comes Margaret Goodman again to take a look at that.
It's a little cut. Not
Just
a big
little cut.
Just
a little
cut.
blood. Easy
Nothing
for
wrong
you
with
to
that.
say, Raul.
Nothing wrong with that.
Just a little cut.
I've seen bigger. I've had bigger.
All right, takes a special breed.
Exactly.
To be in there. Careful with that rabbit punch. Here comes the warning. Morales sticking to that game plan. Don't get suckered into anything. Do it when you want. All right, well, we said it. Do you think it has a chance to become one of the best fights of the year so far? Or just outmatched?
I mean, Hernandez is making it an exciting fight because he's there, he's still taking the punishment, but I don't think it's, as you see, I think Morales has been still winning the rounds with no problem.
3 minutes left in this fight. Last break.
Okay.
Take off his glove if you want.
Okay.
Este es el último
All
round,
right,
viejo.
that was better.
Tenés
But
que
you have to
jugártela
keep
para
the combination.
ponerlo knockout, carajo. Apúrese nomás. Muy bien, está peleando muy bien. No parece.
Welcome, final round. Touch him up, middle of the ring.
No te lo dejes por este round. Dame. Golpéalo primero abajo. No tengo los cines arriba, es un burro de cabrón.
Come on, man, go down first.
Abajo. No fijas, bien abajo, ya después.
Getting caught up and going to the body, you got to go to the top, too.
Vámonos. Vamos abajo.
Well, if this is any manifestation of whether the public likes this fight or not, they just all stood up, giving these two fighters a standing ovation. Everyone's still up on their feet.
And both fighters giving each other a lot of respect at the beginning of the round, and now going at it.
Raul, 108.
108, 101.
In other words, there's no shot at
both,
Hernandez winning a title here, or unifying, I should say, other than knocking him out.
They're both fighting this round like they need this round. The guy that really needs it is famous. Might not be enough.
Morales
said probably not enough.
Yeah, I don't think so. Morales said, I've been in the hunt too long. I'm not going to let him take my prey away. I want that trophy. He's got a record of 17-1, Terrible, in title fights. Carlos was 2-2.
You guys, watch behind the head, keep your heads up, let's go.
a lot of people didn't give Famous no kind of chance. I mean, they thought this fight would end early. The guy's still here. Showing a lot of heart and taking big punches here in the last round by Morales. He's not going down, Mario. He doesn't want to go down.
Maybe not giving him enough respect. They called Hernandez the Jake LaMotta of our time.
He proved it tonight.
And he was very proud to be compared to Jake LaMotta, saying, I hope I don't end up like him. I don't think he has to say I could have been a contender because he's already a title holder. He might lose it tonight, but he should stand tall, stand proud.
Yes.
Slugging throughout almost 36 minutes of non-stop action. Erik Morales is simply too talented, too effective, too much of a good boxer.
Very skillful fighter. That's what won him the fight. Because if he didn't have the smartness with the kind of style that Hernandez fights, I mean, it's hard to fight a guy like that. Get him off of you. You really got to be smart and know what to do with a fighter like Famous Hernandez.
Hernandez is not going to end this fight without throwing everything he has left. He opened his mouth, spitting blood, but also refusing to give up. And that's the end of 12 rounds. Hernandez being lifted up by his team. I think I heard Amilcar saying, Campeón, you are the champion.
Well,
Jim Strickland.
I don't know, we'll see.
Giving props to Carlos.
Oh, a lot of props.
It's unlikely, 118 to 110.
Yeah, but he really fought like a champion. I mean, he did everything he could to try to come victorious tonight. Let's see what the judges say.
Unfortunately, in boxing, you can't win with your heart. Your punching has to do the talking. I think the numbers will not lie when we look at the numbers after this fight. Veronica saying, let me see your face. You did extremely well. All right. We got the cards ready. Let's see what the judges had to say. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand, before we go to the scorecards, a round of applause for these two great super featherweight champions in the ring here tonight. Jerry Roth scores it 119 to 109. Nobuako Koe Urtani scores it 115 to 113. Steve Epstein 119 to 109 to the winner by unanimous decision. El Terrible de la Zona Norte, Tijuana, Mexico, Erik Morales.
We're standing next to the champion now of two different organizations, Erik Morales. Erik, was it a tougher fight than you expected? You said he had very little skills. ¿Fue más difícil esta pelea de lo que anticipabas? Habías dicho que tenía poca habilidad boxística.
Más que nada quiero mandar un saludo al señor Jorge Ramos de Tijuana, que mañana tiene una dura pelea y vamos a ganar. Arriba Tijuana. Creo que fue una pelea muy valiente del muchacho. Yo creo que Carlos es un peleador valiente. No tiene muchos recursos. Uno de sus cortes, si no mal recuerdo, fue fue con un upper, el otro sí fue un cabezazo. La mayoría de sus golpes fueron a mi cabeza. Así, un rival complicado, como lo dije. Difícil técnicamente no, pero complicado su estilo de boxeo. Creo que le conecté buenos golpes y bueno, creo que pude haberlo noqueado. Sin embargo, las cosas no se dieron. Me siento feliz por la pelea. Creo que la gente salió satisfecha. No vine a boxear, ni a lucirme, ni nada. Vine a hacer boxeo para la gente. Una vez más salí golpeado, pero me siento orgulloso de lo que hago.
Well, it's going to be tough to paraphrase that long statement, but basically saying that he really admires the effort on the part of Carlos, that he knew it was going to be a complicated fight, but that at the end he's happy that he's not only the champion, but also that he pleased the crowd here tonight. Manny Pacquiao has indicated that he wants the 3 M's, either one of the 3 M's, Marco Antonio Barrera, Morales, or Marquez, Juan Manuel. How would you like a fight against Manny Pacquiao? ¿Te gustaría una pelea contra Pacquiao?
Me gustaría, yo estoy en 130 libras, me gustaría enfrentar a los mejores. Si Manny Pacquiao viene aquí, con mucho gusto, el año que viene próximo quiero ir a las 135 libras, pero me sentiría muy orgulloso de pelear con los mejores de las divisiones chicas. Y Pacquiao ha demostrado que puede con ellos, ya tuvieron su oportunidad. Creo que es un buen momento para enfrentarlo, ojalá y se dé la pelea.
Felicidades, Erik. Congratulations. Well, he says he's ready to move on to 135 pounds, but if the chance happens to occur to fight against Manny Pacquiao, he'll certainly do that, and he wants the chance to have that fight come to fruition. Well, standing next to me, a somewhat disappointed Carlos Hernandez. Are you angry at yourself, at the judges?
No, not at all. I'm not angry with anyone. I did my best, and my best wasn't enough. But I'm proud of myself because I gave 110%, and why should I be disappointed in that?
The public, I think, expressed themselves at the end of the fight. They gave you a standing ovation. Everyone happy with this incredible performance tonight. What could you have done differently to try to neutralize his jab, his boxing ability?
Well, I don't know, he was very, very awkward closing the gap because he wouldn't let me throw my shots because he was so close into me. So all I had to do was pretty pat, but I could have stepped back, but I was a bit cautious because I didn't want him to come over with this long right hand, and you know, anything could happen.
As you heard just a few seconds ago, Erik indicating that he's got maybe 2 fights left at this weight category, then moving up to 135. That'll open up something for you. Is that something you'd be willing to try to obtain, or what does the future hold for you?
I don't know. Maybe I'd like to move up and then follow Morales and try to get a rematch with him because, of course, I have a thorn in my spine, in my side, and I feel very bad, very disappointed.
Very valiant effort. Congratulations for this tremendous demonstration tonight.
It was for a country, you know, El Salvador. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be back.
You got reason to be proud, Carlos. Good performance tonight. All right, well, 2 other fighters that always give their best and are certainly crowd pleasers, Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. They've got a date on September 18th. Here's a little preview.